It's the 25th running of the San Marino Grand Prix on this wonderfully atmospheric circuit. Kimi Räikkönen looking for his first win of the season. He starts on the front row of the grid in pole position with World Championship leader Fernando Alonso in the Renault alongside him. Michael Schumacher made a huge unforced error this morning in the second qualifying session. He lines up 13th on the grid. And the lights go out. The San Marino Grand Prix will begin. Are you ready? Let's race! Oh, yellow flags at the back. Good start by Raikkonen. Button tucks in behind Alonso. Chully's made a good start as well. Looks like he's up into 4th place, turning into the Tamburello for the first time. Last year, David Coulthard went straight on there, but nobody this year has made a mistake into turn 1. And Kimi Räikkönen has got the break from pole with Alonso right behind him. Button tucks in 3rd where he started. Chully's made up a place. Sato looks like he's made up a place as well. And that means it was a poor start for Mark Webber, who is now attacking Sato, going around the outside of him into the toes of bend. Webber keeps his foot in it. Sato, is he going to have to yield as they go up the hill? The next corner is going to be a left-hander at Peratella. Sato stays there. Webber does go around the outside. Brave driving by Mark Webber. He's back up.
Good stuff there. Takuma should not have let him have that one. He definitely had track position. It almost looked like it was about to be an aborted start there with the yellow flags waving and the light sequence not looking quite correct from what I could see. But quite clearly the drivers all saw it that way. But there were definitely yellow flags waving on the grid. But all cars are away. Raikkonen leads from Alonso, Button, Trulli, Sato, Webber, Wirtz up to 7th, Villeneuve up to 8th. He's had an absolute flyer. Jenson Button in 3rd place is going to be thinking, wait for me, guys, I'm supposed to be part of this race today. And but these two are absolutely flying. Raikkonen, a new fastest lap on a 23.3. Alonso a 23.6. Button a 24.9. That's the kind of pace. Jenson Button now 7 seconds adrift on lap 5 of Raikkonen.
Should just explain, GP2 is the new Formula 3000, if you like. It's the series below Formula 1. Some very promising young drivers in that. Adam Carroll won the race. Oh, and that's one of the Renaults has gone off. Is that Alonso or is it Fisichella? It's Giancarlo Fisichella who's gone off. And we've got yellow flags from 11th place. Fisichella's not having a great time, is he? Here we are to see what happened.
Oh, how's he going to lose that coming out of... That's strange. No, that's strange. Wow, you can't believe how easily the suspension breaks, can you? But I'm really not sure how he got over there. It's almost like he had a left rear puncture or something.
Lap 9 of the San Marino Grand Prix, and it looks to me as though Kimi Räikkönen's got a problem. And that's Fernando Alonso, who's just gone past him. Räikkönen set an electric pace off the start line. Kimi Räikkönen is in trouble after just 8 laps this Grand Prix. Here it is.
So you'd have to assume some kind of drive or transmission problem would be my first guess. Looks like a bit of Petronas Sauber to me that was upside down on the side of the road. So Massa has come in the pits. It is indeed, I suspect, Massa had a go at Coulthard, and that's a bit of yes, his right front wing look. So I would think he had a nibble at Coulthard somewhere around the track.
We have a good package, and I can do well for the next one. Yeah.
Great racing here between Sato and Webber. Sato pinches 4th place off Mark Webber. Looked like Webber came back at him. And look at Wirtz. He's trying to find his way through, and so is Jacques Villeneuve. 5th, 6th, 7th all together, trying to take advantage of Sato's boldness. Pit stops coming up. Track position vital.
The lead is down to 7.3 seconds, and Button on another flyer, already half second up on this lap. But we're watching this amazing scrap. I suspect Webber made a slight error coming out of the final corner, and that gave Sato the run he needed. And really, I thought Mark would be the one most likely to overtake. There he goes, Sato really in the perfect slipstream. Maybe he just turned his revs up a little bit, and the braking line into the corner. Mark tried to go back around the outside, but he knew there was no hope of that and came under further pressure himself. Sato then moves beautifully up to 4th place.
And Ralf Schumacher has pitted as well. That's released Michael Schumacher, so watch out for his lap times in the next few laps as the race leader comes into the pits. This is where Button must attack now. He must attack.
Yes, he's too far behind to make the difference, but the good news is that Button has gone at least as far as Alonso, which means he's at least as fast as him. So Button then, does he pit on this lap? Alonso He's continued, so he had even more fuel on board. Great news, we've got a race on our hands. You can see Trulli and Webber managed to get out in front of the Red Bulls, who are yet to stop. But crucially, Michael Schumacher's just done the fastest first sector, and he's still out there on his initial load of fuel, and now he's done the fastest middle sector. It's suddenly playing into Michael's hands to get him up into the points, and Button pits. Ted is there.
And they're adjusting the pressures on the front tyres, just a small adjustment. The stop going well otherwise, enough fuel for a two-stop strategy. And that's a great stop from VAR, 9.6 seconds. Alonso's was 8.9, so a bit longer for Button.
Wirtz pits, Schumacher continues. He's going a long way into this race, Michael Schumacher. Liuzzi has not stopped. Coulthard has not stopped either. Liuzzi up to 8th then on his Grand Prix debut as Wirtz makes his exit. Villeneuve sandwiching those two Red Bull Racings in 9th place.
And who was that coming along? It was Sato, wasn't it? So Wirtz has got ahead of Sato, and that means Schumacher may well leapfrog the lot of them, because Sato was the one lined up next to overtake Trulli. Can Michael Schumacher go as far as leapfrogging Trulli's? Button, of course, will have has got extra fuel on board. It's his position. He'll not be letting Michael through easily. Surely Michael's got to come in soon. But Button will try and hold him up as long as he can. I think Michael's going to end up P3 when this is first round of pit stops are finished.
Well, he's P3 at the moment. Button is second. Alonso is leading. The Ferrari mechanics are out in the pit lane for Michael Schumacher. So there we are, you see. He's due in any time now, and that means he's going to drop back about 20 seconds off the back of Jenson Button. But he's shown in just this brief interlude that this Ferrari is very, very quick. Rotten luck in qualifying. A mistake by him has really cost him here today.
I would imagine they brought him in even if it wasn't the right moment, even if he could have gone another lap or two, because quite clearly he was going to lose time behind Button. He's not really racing Jenson Button. He's racing the rest of that pack that were tucked up behind Jarno Trulli, because Alonso and Button were too far out front. The gap is now 9.1 seconds. Where does he feed back into the racetrack? Way ahead of them, doesn't he?
Alex Wirtz is coming down the main straight. Schumacher is up to speed. He has jumped Sato and Wirtz. There goes Wirtz in the background. So that's an incredible moment for Michael Schumacher. The Tifosi love it. He's just gone from 12th to 3rd by staying longer on the fuel. Alonso leads. Button is second. Michael Schumacher is 3rd, and it's game on at Imola.
This is for position. This is Villeneuve passing Webber. Webber makes a mistake. You look on the way in, he just hangs on to the car, and Villeneuve takes over.
26 laps to go here at Imola, and Michael Schumacher is on the rampage. He's a raging bull here in a car which didn't qualify all that brilliantly because of his mistake. He carried a lot of fuel into this Grand Prix, went further than anybody else, jumped up from 12th to 3rd as a result of staying out longer into the first pit stops. And just look how the crowd is up on its feet, cheering him on every single time he goes through that Tosa bend. They know and they can believe this dream could come true from such an unpromising position. 13th on the grid. Michael Schumacher, if he can keep this going, can win this Grand Prix, can beat Alonso, can beat Button here, because he's lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than the two of them up front. Absolutely extraordinary.
Alonso pits then, so Button will lead the Grand Prix with Schumacher. He was 1.5 seconds adrift. Let's see where he is. Button goes over the line. The gap 0.9 of a second then now, so he really is under pressure. Clean stop for Fernando Alonso. Jenson 9/10ths quicker than Alonso on that lap. So where was he? He was about 6 adrift, wasn't he, when Alonso pitted, or was it nearer 10? I don't think he's got enough laps and enough of an advantage. Alonso is going just about fast enough to maintain that lead in the low 1:24s. Button in the low 1:23s. It's going to be close. Oh, and there's traffic coming up too, and they're busy squabbling. The two Williams are squabbling for position. They're down in 10th and 11th places. So, and that's going to catch Michael and Jenson out badly. What's happening down there? And Michael takes the position. It's really, really hampered Jenson. The Williams on the grass of Webber. No, you've just got to get out of the way. You're being lapped now, and they do get out of the way. How badly did that work out for Jenson Button?
But he was looking at the Williams ahead. He was thinking, obviously, about what he was going to do about it. Michael Schumacher sniffed the opportunity and went for it. And the Ferrari mechanics have returned to their pit garage. They no longer need to come out and try this stop because Michael Schumacher has overtaken Jenson Button, and it's game on. And now Alonso is the one who has to be worried because he's 12 seconds behind Michael Schumacher, who has quite a few laps of fuel left in his car. He needs 20 in his pocket to make a stop and rejoin in front of Alonso. Watch Michael Schumacher go.
Well, it worked beautifully for Michael. Wrong-footed Jenson completely. Those squabbling Williams that were being lapped. Better to be born lucky than rich. It's just the perfect timing.
That is the leading two on the racetrack. Fernando Alonso first, Michael Schumacher in second place. And this is how it happened. Michael Schumacher making a pit stop a little earlier than many people had predicted. He didn't have the time on the racetrack then in order to put in the storming laps that we expected. It was a tidy enough stop from Schumacher, but you can see that as he came down the pit lane, look at the right of your screens, that's Fernando Alonso, and he was able to retake the lead, with Schumacher tucking in behind him. So Schumacher is in front of Button. He's a long way in front of Button, 11 seconds, but he's got Fernando Alonso to contend with. The old champion, he's not that old really, is he? Only 36 years of age, but he's done it all, won it all against the man trying to take his crown off him, trying to win a world championship while Michael Schumacher is still racing. He's certainly got a big head start in the points. Whatever happens here, Alonso will lead the world championship going to Barcelona in 2 weeks' time, which is a total sellout, by the way. The Spanish fans really embracing Formula One now that they've got a man at the forefront of it. So whatever happens here, Alonso will be leading. But it's old versus new out on the racetrack here. Schumacher just observing what the young guy's doing.
That now looks like Michael's strongest suit, doesn't it? Because he can't match the Renault's torque and traction. And Alonso going very, very conservative on the way in and very protective. And that's given Michael the run down the outside, but there's no way through there. But Fernando just got a little bit overprotective and really scuppered his exit speed out of Piratella. But he's clear now into Variante Alta.
Schumacher trying very hard here. He's trying to make Alonso make a mistake. He's trying to get alongside him, racing for the win here at San Marino. Nobody is in their seats here at Imola. Everybody is standing up down at Tosa in the grandstands below us as well. Absolutely thrilled by this battle. The cheering, the air horns are going. They're loving every moment of this. Just 7 to go for Alonso. It'll feel like Chinese water torture to him. Can he get it to the finish in front of the great champion? The last lap of the San Marino Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher has one more lap, just 3 miles in which to find a passing place on Fernando Alonso. It's been an absolutely thrilling conclusion to this 25th San Marino Grand Prix. Schumacher undoubtedly has the faster car, as he showed earlier in the race when he went from 12th to 3rd just by putting the hammer down. But Alonso's reacted well. Schumacher has a look at him into Tosa. This is the last time they'll go through this corner, but Alonso once again, as he has all the way through, brilliant on the defence.
Now Michael will just charge at Piratella. He's putting his car in very unconventional positions, trying to distract Alonso, but every time he does that and it doesn't work, it puts him another car length or 2 behind. So Schumacher then, his final chance, I think, is into the first Rivazza. He's got to just launch it across these curves in Variante Alta and get somewhere near the back of the Renault, and he'll send one down the inside, but he's gone wide himself. So Schumacher's still 3 or 4 car lengths adrift. Can he? It's too far back, I think it is, to have a run at him down the inside. Alonso's car's painfully slow in Rivazza 1. It's going to leave him exposed into the final chicane, but he's got enough torque to give himself a car length spare. Will Michael have a go into the final corner? He's too far behind.
He's not going to. He locks the breakdown. Amazing defensive driving by Fernando Alonso. His hand is out of the cockpit. Across the line they go. One of the closest finishes I can remember for many, many years. What a thrilling end to the Grand Prix. In the end, Schumacher didn't have a lunge. He was thinking about the championship as well. It might well have taken Alonso out if they'd hit each other, but he had just as much to lose as Alonso did. An absolutely brilliant climax to a completely unpredictable Grand Prix here at Imola. Without doubt, the finest race of the season so far. Lots to reflect on today for Michael Schumacher, who's enjoyed some special moments on that podium. This is 100th podium at the wheel of a Ferrari, and a great performance by Jensen. He gets his first podium of the season, his first points of the season, after a very, very solid weekend's work for BAR Honda.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best fights I had. I knew that Michael was more than 1 second faster than me, so my only chance was to hold him up a little bit in the middle of the corner, and then to be in the throttle a little bit earlier than him, just to have this little space for the straights. And it works well. We had 2 or 3 corners that we were very, very close. But, I was doing my maximum. The tires and the car was not performing perfectly, and I knew that.